Hey guys, what's up? Today I have a special treat for you guys. I'm going to take you through my complete framework of how I lost over 100 pounds. So let's get right into it. So we start off here, how I lost 100 pounds in 1 year and took control of my life using the rebirth method. Here's a little before and after of me, as you could see. Pretty big difference. And essentially I was reborn into a whole new person. So here's a quick little backstory of me. I was fat for my entire life. So here I have pictures of me at various ages. I'm not 100% sure where these are, except for this one. I'm pretty sure I'm 16 in this, 2025. So yeah, I'm 16 in this one here I'm hovering over. But basically, I was fat for my entire life. I tried to fix my weight more times than I can count. Through diets, working out, fresh starts, nothing ever stuck. I grew up overweight and insecure. The smiles in my photos were fake, and I deeply hated who I was. I was extremely insecure back then due to my weight issues. Eventually, I decided I wanted my life back, and that is eventually where everything changed. That takes us exactly to what changed. I cut out zero foods. I focused on creating a repeatable system so easy that all you need is the math skills of a fifth grader to be able to lose weight. That's how easy it is, guys. And all it takes is 3 to 6 months. And that's how the rebirth method was born. Through my own failures and trials and tribulations, I failed so many times so I could produce you guys the perfect method to lose weight without failing. That takes us over to who exactly is this video for. This video is for men who lost confidence and do not recognize themselves anymore. Anyone who avoids mirrors, photos, or social situations because of how they look. People who are stuck with stubborn body fat no matter how hard they try to lose weight. And for those sick of guessing, failing, restarting, and finally want a proven system for what works. And this used to be me down here in the corner. I had no confidence, low self-esteem, and I was tired of restarting. Like, just look at me. I look miserable. And that's truly how I was when I was overweight. Being 270 pounds was not a fun experience at all, and I don't wish that upon anyone, which is why I'm trying to help as many people as possible now lose weight. So who is this video not for? This video is not for people who are looking for a magic fix instead of facing the habits that got them where they are. Guys who want to change but aren't willing to feel uncomfortable long enough to earn it. Because you will not, this requires effort, right? Nothing in life is so simple, but my method is. Anyone who's Anyone who's accepted feeling stuck, tired, or unhappy and thinks this is just how life is now. I had a point, I remember I was 17 years old and I thought, this is how I'm going to be for the rest of my life. Overweight, insecure, unconfident, and just miserable for the rest of my life. And that is a terrible feeling. And this is also not for those who hide behind excuses like I do not have time, instead of taking responsibility. So this method here actually works best when you do have a strict schedule, because I integrate all of these things that I'm going to get into later in the video that make this whole method effortlessly, no matter your schedule or how busy you are. Jeez. Next, weight loss myths holding you back. You need to eat perfectly to lose weight. Now, this is referring to diets and the notion around that you must eat foods like chicken and rice to lose weight, or just boring bodybuilder type meals that nobody wants to eat. Truth. Perfection is why most people quit. Consistency wins. So what this means here is perfection, basically consistency beats perfection every single day of the week. This method does not require you to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Myth. More cardio equals faster fat loss. It's just me, but endless cardio, when people are telling you online you need to do 2 to 3 hours of cardio a day, that is just ridiculous. You do not need to do cardio. At least you don't need to do extenuous amounts of cardio. Myth. Motivation is key. That is not true. Therefore, it says myth. Truth. Motivation fades. Structure keeps you moving forward. This system is so easy and repeatable that no matter how motivated you feel, you will be able to execute this on a daily basis. Myth, you just lack discipline. You were never given a system that truly works. That is the truth. In my system, the rebirth method, only the skills of a fifth grader to successfully lose weight. But don't worry. If you feel lost, I'm going to simplify the whole process so you no longer feel lost and restore hope in achieving the body you desire. The problem isn't you, it is your lack of structure. And here's another before and after example of me. Here on the left-hand side, I am very heavy. I think I may have been around my peak weight there. I'm not 100% sure. And on the right is me at my all-time lowest at 163 pounds. Okay, that takes us to, and if you want that person to be you, I'll show you exactly how. How to lose fat effectively so you feel like a brand new person and finally like what you see in the mirror. 2, eat foods you actually enjoy while losing that stubborn body fat. 3, transform your body in 90 days or less without a diet and restricting yourself, and removing your insecurity and achieving your dream goals. See, when I was overweight, I was very insecure, and that led to a lot of issues going down the road with my self-image and even like flirting with the idea of depression, which I'm very happy now due to my results, I think. So this is another good reason for this method. So the rebirth formula is the exact system I built through my own trial and error, backed by years of trying and failing over and over again. This is sustainable fat loss and lifestyle habits that will transform you into a new person and becoming reborn into the most confident version of yourself. Now I've decided to break it all down for you. In the next few minutes, I will show you how I went from overweight, anxious, and depressed to in control of my body and taking back control of my life. So you too can use my rebirth formula to guarantee weight loss. I guarantee you, if you follow this method, you will lose 20 to 40 pounds in 3 to 6 months if correctly followed, while improving energy and staying consistent without endless working out. Oh my God, excuse me. Endless working out or extreme cardio. So the rebirth method is a 3-phase system that will rebirth you into a whole new unrecognizable person. I'm going to go more into details of each step specifically, but here's just a brief overview. 1 is locking in your foundation. This is the first phase. This is where you will master the basic and simple habits. So like effective meal swaps, a daily protein goal, daily calorie goal. And this is where you reset your identity and dispose all of those limiting beliefs that you can't lose weight, because you can lose weight. Next is advanced understanding. This is where fat loss meets performance. You'll add intensity, shred fat, build visible muscle without spending hours in the gym. And rebirth mastery. Master your body. This is where you are reborn into a completely new, unrecognizable version of yourself. Okay. Now I'm going to walk you through exactly how each phase is designed to burn fat and give you something you've probably never had before. And this list here, excuse me, what am I saying? Okay, this is going to give you control over your own body. This is also does not require you to live in the gym. I go to the gym 4 days a week, and that is an hour at tops. If you can commit 4 hours out of the whole week to going to the gym, you will succeed. No eating like a bodybuilder, sad meal prep, chicken and rice with like vegetables. Nobody likes that. And a system that finally works with your life and not against it. See, this is perfect if you are a busy individual, because when you are busy, you have a very strict schedule, and everything I have to offer matches that busy schedule perfectly. All it does is require some planning on both of our ends. Okay, step 1, locking in your foundation. This step focuses on learning the basics of the rebirth structure. 1, we are going to identify foods that you enjoy to eat, and I will teach you how to swap them for a lower calorie version. So let's say you like pizza, right? If you go to your local pizzeria and buy a whole pie, that is easily almost 2,500 calories, I would estimate. When there are higher protein options for lower calories in stores that fulfill that craving of pizza and satisfies that craving without nuking your macros. See, I have days where I will eat a whole pizza that is only 960 calories. I could show you some of that sauce. It's probably on my Instagram. I post my food all the time. I love to eat food, and I'm able to maintain my physique because I've mastered this whole method and how to fit my favorite foods into my calorie budget for the day. 2, we're going to be tracking calories and protein. We're going to be doing this by downloading the app MyFitnessPal in the App Store. It is completely free. It's on iOS and Android. And I don't want you to mix this up with a diet, right? This is not a diet. This is a tool. This is not going to restrict you in any way because you need to know exactly what and how much you are putting into your body. So, for example, if you're going to make a steak, right? A nice juicy steak. You're going to get a kitchen scale. You're going to put a plate. You're going to put your steak on the plate and weigh out that steak. Let's say that steak is 12 ounces. You will go into this app, MyFitnessPal, and look up the type of cut of meat that you got and add in 12 ounces. And then it'll give you the exact macro breakdown, calories and protein. And that is great. So you know exactly what you're putting into your body and how much of it. 3, you must track everything. Meals, snacks, drinks, sauces, everything counts. Even these. I have these 0 sugar San Pellegrino waters, but they're actually 20 calories and I track every single one of them. So I know my precise calorie amount for the day. 4, exercise 3 to 4 times per week with a set plan I provide using my coaching app, and this will provide the most results with minimum time in the gym required. Once you master the art of tracking calories, the rest of this method is like a walk in the park. Once you learn how to successfully track everything you eat, this is the most important part. When you know how to track everything you eat, you will lose weight as long as you are adhering to the steps and staying within your calories and hitting your protein goal. Oh my God, excuse me, I'm like hiccuping. All right, now, next, phase 2, locking in rebirth. See, I go by 3 pillars I go by. Accountability. You show up every single day and accept that change will not happen overnight. So you need to be accountable with yourself and you need to be honest with yourself. If you are making a sandwich, let's say, and you are adding, let's just say, for example, turkey, cheese, mayo, and bacon, let's say, right? If you're making that sandwich and you are tracking your turkey, cheese, lettuce, bacon, but not your mayo, mayo is very calorie dense, right? I'm pretty sure off the top of my head, it is 13 grams. Grams. Do you understand how small 13 grams is for 90 calories? That is the same amount of calories as, do I have one around here? So I eat bags of this snack at a time. I eat like 4 of these a day. Each bag is 90 calories. So would I want to have a sliver of mayo on my sandwich or a whole bag of a snack? So which one do you think would be more filling and would satisfy you longer? All losing weight is a numbers game, right? You want to maximize for what would fulfill you the most and minimize the foods that will not fulfill you and make you feel full. Okay. Accuracy. Track everything. No excuses. I don't want to hear it's too hard, I can't do it. The tracking part is so important. It is necessary for your success. And the hardest part is starting, right? But once you learn how to do it, you will effortlessly lose weight. Guaranteed. Adherence. You will stick to your calorie and protein goal that I provide you, and this will guarantee weight loss. Understanding protein and eating more volume. I briefly talked about this before, but I'll go over it again. Learning the benefits of eating more volume. Just like the pizza example, I had this on my Instagram story the other day. I ate a whole pizza from a store that was literally 1/3 of the calories. So losing weight, you have to play this mental game with yourself of thinking smarter, not harder, right? Why would you eat 3 pieces of pizza that probably won't satisfy? Because trust me, I could house a whole pizza from a pizzeria. I love pizza. But when I go on and make my low calorie version, that's actually decently high in protein. And I'll show you how to go more into like customizing your food, right? Because I'll take the pizza that I make and throw some ground beef on there to further enhance the protein amount on there. Next, prioritizing fiber and protein so you feel more full. So fiber is great because when you have a diet with high fiber, it reduces the rate of colon cancer by a large margin. And there's no reason to risk getting colon cancer by eating 0 fiber. And protein just makes you feel more satisfied and it's more filling. Next, protein helps control cravings. Next, you should not feel hungry while you're losing weight. This is where the volume comes in, right? So let's say you're making a stir fry, right? This is just an example. Usually it would be like fried rice, some type of protein, a bunch of vegetables. That's good on paper. But when you track the rice and what might go into the fried rice, like oil, that's no good. So something I do is I'll take half a serving of rice, white rice, or any kind of rice, does not matter, and mix in half a serving of cauliflower rice to get volume, because cauliflower rice has almost no calories. And that almost triples the volume of the meal by making that one simple swap. The whole plan of this is, let's say you love this stir fry so much. You're not replacing it, you're not ditching it completely. You are simply making a swap that'll make it easier for you to maintain your calories and protein. And this process should not feel like a punishment, right? I'm also a big enjoyer of sweet treats. Like, I love ice cream, cake, cookies, everything sweet, right? But there are versions out there there are low calorie, high protein versions of everything. If you look hard enough, you will find it. One of my favorite brands of ice cream is called Nicks, Nicks. And a whole pint of ice cream is about 360 calories, where if you go to like a regular generic store brand, a pint would be almost 1,000 calories. So I'll have nights where I'm sitting here working at my desk and I will just eat a whole pint of ice cream, and that satisfies me no problem. Okay, let's move on. Lifestyle triggers. So one of the most important things is also staying hydrated. I don't know about you, but I find myself eating out of boredom quite a lot. So what I do is I will get low calorie snacks like popcorn, fruit, even carrots. I'm a fan of carrots. You might not be, but I am. And I will sit there and snack on 3 to 4 servings of those at a time. Now, if that was 3 to 4 servings of like chips, Oreos, I don't know, can't think of any other example, but some type of snack that is more dense in calories, you will fail to lose weight because those calories add up over time. Next thing, avoid drinking your calories. Zero sugar and diet alternatives are your best friend. So this is actually a zero sugar version here, 0, and the calorie amount of this is 20. Now, I know there's a full sugar version of this out there, and that will run you maybe 160 calories. So if you do the math, right, 160 minus the 20 in the sugar-free version, that's 140 calories extra I am saving that I can delegate towards solid foods that will make me feel full. So once again, I mentioned before, losing weight should not feel like a punishment. And it really isn't when you know and master the system of swapping foods for the lower calorie, high protein version. And I just want to mention here on the right-hand side, this is me about 1 year later and 100 pounds difference. Same shirt, same kitchen, and it's a pretty big difference. Here I have no defined jawline at all, and now I have defined jawline, and the shirt is extremely baggy on me from before when it was fitted and tight. Like, you could literally see my boobs in this. That was not fun. Next, Rebirth Mastery, Phase 3. Once you have the foundation mastered, this is where fat loss becomes second nature, and losing weight starts to feel controlled and planned, right? You should have mastered the previous 2 phases, and at this time, you're no longer reacting, you're simply adapting with intention. And that is true mastery, right? When you learn how to adapt to losing weight, this skill carries with you for life. So if you do decide to bulk up after you get to your dream weight, which I'm doing right now, I'm bulking. And don't be afraid to gain weight after you lose weight, because once you go on to gain weight, let's say you take it a little bit too far in dirty bulk and you just go crazy. You have mastered this system already to where you can go back and implement it at a snap of a finger, and you'll be able to get back where you were in no time. So this should feel extremely simple and extremely effortlessly. The Rebirth method is designed to maximize weight loss without sacrificing everything you love. Like I mentioned, when I first started trying to lose weight at 270 pounds, I thought I had to sacrifice my pizza, my ice cream, my snacks. But that is a common misconception the fitness industry sells you, that you have to eat 100% clean. That is not true. It comes completely down to the math of your calories. That is it. If you could do math at a 5th grade level, you can lose weight. All right, so without sacrificing everything you love, you will become reborn into a confident, high-energy, unrecognizable person. So here on the left, we have me, 270 pounds, pretty heavy boy. I'm unconfident. You can just like tell by my body language. I'm like, what is going on? I'm kind of tweaking out. And then here on the right, we have me, defined chest. Ooh, look at those veins. Getting veins is an amazing feeling. That feeling, that dopamine, of achieving veins is next level. You will love that feeling if you achieve. And you know what? With this method, you will achieve it because it is so simple. It's simple addition and subtraction. That's all losing weight is, addition and subtraction. Okay, now that you understand the rebirth method and how it works, I have an offer for you. If you are unconfident and ashamed of what you see in the mirror, hopeless that you just can't lose that stubborn weight, and tired of people not respecting you and taking you seriously, and you are ready to take a leap of faith into a new, confident, and unrecognizable version of yourself, and you are looking to lose fat without hours of cardio or spending countless hours in the gym, and you are prepared to step into a reborn version of yourself who is strong and confident and respected, this program is for you. If you liked everything you heard in this video and you want to inquire further about this, I have a Calendly link in my description where you could book a one-on-one call with me and see what I could do for you. You can even head over to my Instagram and you can message me on my DMs, message me rebirth, and we could talk from there and I can qualify you that way. See you guys later.